experienced something that completely turned my life around and sent me on a journey full of struggle and challenges that completely changed my perspective. My name is Dalia Dery. I was born in Jerusalem. I grew up in a traditional Jewish home with faith in God, but with many questions in my heart. After 2 years in the army, I left Israel and I became a successful businesswoman. Eventually, I moved to Costa Rica. And because of my businesses, I started to visit a lot Asia. And like many of us, I started with the yoga and meditation. After a few years, I started calling myself a Buddhist. And slowly I left the business world and I left the material life. And I lived for about 2 years in a Tibetan monastery. I went deeper and deeper into meditation. I was sure that I have found the essence of my life, Until one day, something happened to me that I want to share with you. After a few years as a Buddhist, I entered into a 90-day period of meditation. The plan was that at the end of these 90 days, I would then make an oath and become a Buddhist nun. I had already shaved my head. I had a plan. It was in a monastery in Myanmar, in Burma. Everyday meditation from morning to evening. And I was in my room alone. No phone, no books, just practicing meditation. But in the middle of those 90 days, something happened to me that changed everything. After about 30, 40 days, suddenly I started to hear a voice talking to me. But I was alone in the room. What is going on here? The voice started telling me that He is God. No one was in the room with me. And a terrible fear fell upon me. I was sure that I was getting crazy. I've heard of cases of people who did too much meditation and just lost it. The voice kept on talking to me and I was really, really afraid. I sat in a corner of my room and I cried. I asked, I begged this voice to leave me alone. And it just went on. I didn't know what to do. I was really, really scared. And after about 3 days, I said to myself, whether I'm crazy or not, this does not change the fact that this is happening to me. And I pushed myself to get up and to face it. And I started talking to the voice. The voice told me that He was God. He said that He was the Messiah and that His name is Yeshua, Jesus. Crazy thoughts ran through my head. This cannot be. I'm not Abraham that God will speak to me. This was impossible. This cannot be the truth. I was sure I've lost my mind. I believed that my thoughts just became voices and that I'm actually talking to myself. And this went on. And I called Him the voice. And because I was sure that I'm actually talking to myself, I, of course, did not speak to Him properly. I did not believe and did not understand what was happening to me and who is talking to me. Then one day I just asked Him to prove Himself, to prove to me that He is God. And I have no word to describe what happened to me. He did prove Himself. And I want to tell you that such a fear fell upon me that I didn't know what to do. Then many supernatural phenomena started to happen. And despite everything I've been through, even though I have seen so much supernatural, I still couldn't accept that such thing could be possible, that God will speak to me. It cannot be. I didn't understand what was happening to me. Everything seems to me like some kind of a dream that doesn't want to end. And despite everything that happened, I still continue to meditate. Even more diligently, full of fear and self-effort, trying to be good. I still did not understand, I didn't get it, that what I was doing was far from being the right thing, One day the voice asked me if I want to see where the road I was walking on leads to. I was full of doubt, And I answered with confusion and stubbornness, yes, without understanding what I was saying. And immediately I find myself in hell. I have no words to describe the creepy and horrible experience I went through in this place. The only way I can describe it is that any physical torture is nothing compared to the terror, to the horror and despair that gripped me. And shocked, I shouted, God! And immediately I was out of there. Then you can imagine, a greater fear fell upon me. And I began to understand that everything that is happening to me is not a figment of my imagination. For 2 years, I lived disconnected from my surrounding. Who can I tell it to? Who will believe me? Who can help me? And I'm still hearing the voice talking to me. And also because of everything I've done, the meditation, the yoga, and everything I experienced in the East, I'd opened such a door to the demonic spirit. It was like a nightmare, a dream that I couldn't wake up from. After about 2 years of suffering these tormenting experiences, one day I was in Bangkok and I passed through a church. A church? Me? You know? But for some reason I was drawn and I entered. I sat there in a dark corner and I didn't even know what I was doing there. Crying and begging God for help. On the church wall there was on the left side there was a picture of Yeshua on the cross. You know, the one we always call Yeshu. You know, apart from the fact that I thought of him as the God of the Christian, I didn't know anything about him. But for some reason I was drawn to look at him. And then in an instant I received a revelation about the Messiah. Suddenly I understood the meaning of the death of the Messiah. I understood without knowing anything. And I knew inside of me, without any doubt, that the Messiah that we are all waiting for is him. It's Yeshua. It's Jesus. He is the only way to God. There is no other way. Wow. Imagine to yourself. What a fear gripped me. What will happen to my family? What about all my friends from the yoga school and the monastery? What will happen to us all? What will happen to the people of Israel? None of us know this truth. Are we all going to end up in hell? I returned that day to my room and I burst into tears. I cried and cried, and suddenly something happened to me that changed everything. As I sat crying on the bed, suddenly I felt a comforting presence, a wonderful feeling like someone is holding me, hugging me. But I didn't see anyone. No one was with me. Suddenly I noticed that I was going up and up. And when I reached the ceiling of the room, I looked down and I see myself sitting on the bed. Then with incredible speed, I was taking up and I find myself in a place that there are no words to describe. I find myself sitting in what felt like water, a sense of wholeness that cannot be imagined. I felt at home. I knew that this is it. This was what I was born for. All the fears, all the confusion, everything was just washed away from me. Water and love were one. I sat in the heart of God. God's love overwhelmed me. Tears of relief and gratitude flowed from my face. He really exists. He really loves. The thought ran through my mind. I would always ask God the same question. How can you blame a blind man for not seeing? And on top of it, you made him blind. And in this amazing place, suddenly, his soft and loving voice came to me with an answer to my question. He said, "My child, your heart is a grain of my heart. And if your heart hurts so much for them, if you're willing to do so much for them, how much more will I do and able to do for them?" His answer gave me full satisfaction. It quenched me like water in a thirsty land. And from that day on, everything changed. All the rebelliousness, the stubbornness, the fear, the bitterness, the misunderstanding, everything dissolved and disappeared. And when I returned from this place, I knew only one thing. I trust him. Him I trust. I saw how much he loves us. I saw his holiness. From that day on, he became everything for me. He's the air that is within me. I love him so much. No matter how much I may not understand or what my eyes see, I trust him. I trust him with my life, with everything. He saved me from darkness, from hell. This love can never hurt. It's simple. There is no darkness in light. And the more I love him, the more the love in my heart grows for our people, for the people of Israel. It is in his heart, and my heart is only a small part of his heart, a grain. And inside of me is a strong desire to tell everyone how wonderful he is, how good and amazing he is, and that there is a way to cross over from darkness into a place that is full of light through the atonement made by the Messiah, for the people of Israel and for the whole world, to set us free from the penalty of sin. Since then, I've witnessed many miracles. I've seen many sick people getting healed when I pray for them, inspired by the Holy Spirit in the name of Yeshua. This is not a problem for God, After all, he is the God of miracle and wonder. He hasn't changed. He is still the same God who opened the Red Sea. He had to free us from slavery to freedom, from darkness to light. This is the same God who made covenant with Abraham and said that he would use the people of Israel to bring his light into the world. May you all be blessed. Shalom.